Hello, my darlings, and welcome to another episode of Mariah with Friends in Conversation with. Today, I am with a very special guest, Darling. When I met her, I told her, Darling, you have to do the competition because you are killing it. Yes, she did, and she swiped everybody off at the Gold Rush London's hottest competition. Now, without a doubt, in my eyes, she is the mistress of Squeaky Clean Darling. Please, let's all welcome to the fabulous Heather Duster. Hello, darling.
Hello, my love. Thank you for having me. Thank you for that gorgeous introduction.
Oh, darling, you know that I don't have anything, and I drop just the hottest tea, darling. And thank you so much for being with me today. Thank you so much.
It's so lovely to see you. It's been so long.
Oh no, it's been a
Oh,
hot minute, right? And you look stunning. I mean,
oh,
uh,
thank
yes, it's been a while that we haven't catched up, and unfortunately, I think that due to logistics of how we are living on these days, I think that I couldn't see you perform before I left. So hey, it's been a hot minute, but I am so glad and happy and honored that you accepted my invitation, darling.
Oh, of course. I always will. It's always so lovely to speak to you and see
Oh, darling, darling.
you.
Well, let's start the
Darling, darling.
conversation a little bit. Tell me, how did you start this year? How you were working on? Did you take some time off? Just let's start with that.
Oh, I feel like so, at the beginning of the year when everyone was like, there's going to be no COVID in the new year. Everyone was like waiting for 2021. It was like new year, no virus, but that was not the case.
I
Oh,
know.
so
Tell me
I don't
about it,
know. I
right?
started. Oh, honestly. Oh, I tell you what, I did dry January for the first time. I've never done dry January before, where you don't drink for the whole of January. And I'm still really impressed with myself for that, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
That is a milestone, and I completely endorse that moment. So hats off, congratulations, because we all know how difficult it is, and especially right now when we have a bit of extra time. Most of us, we feel a little bit of everything, so we turn into that. So congrats. Are you still
Thank you. Yeah.
you're very welcome. Are you still not drinking anything, or like more in various parts, or like what is the situation these days?
Oh no, no. Dry January was very dry. February was very wet.
Oh, all right,
Balanced.
all
I
right.
balanced it out.
We are catching up then.
Yeah, I can't say no to the wine. It's the wine. Come on. I gotta have a
Ah,
glass of
it's
wine while I'm doing my
Jesus's
chores.
juice, darling. Yes, it's full of everything.
Yes, and you know what? Jesus' juice. It's Easter. I gotta have a glass of wine at Easter. That's what Jesus would have
Absolutely,
wanted.
absolutely. It's just to celebrate Jesus in that stage of his life, darling. We gotta celebrate, and you had to celebrate it right. But adding to that, what you did right January, now you tested yourself, yes, and you know that whatever you put in front of you, you are gonna achieve it because you can, because you are capable, and because you are the mistress of your own destiny, right?
Yeah, definitely. That it's so true. Yeah, it was a really good test to be like, oh, I can do this, and you don't, it was a good milestone to know, if that makes sense.
Well,
Proud of myself.
I'm pretty sure that you can apply that determination and that willpower and to fight your demons when you were doing the gold rush.
Yes, definitely. Oh yeah, let's talk about Gold Rush. Oh my goodness. Well,
Let's
yeah, I
bring it
like
on, darling.
let's get into it. Yeah, when you said in your introduction about you said to me you should do Gold Rush, and I brought back those memories. I was like, yes, because I think I was doing a scratch night at the Glory or something. It was like
Yes.
a, and then you said you should do this competition, and I did, and look where we are now. So
Absolutely. I mean,
thank you
on a
for.
scratch night, I saw you like two or three times because it was such a lovely time in there. It was once a month, you know. There was it was just the right ingredients. It was busy but not too busy. You get like to like mingle with people and the artists and everything. So it was kind of like such like you know like all the boxes were ticked. So I went there a few times. And when I saw you, I just like oh my god like you gotta go all the way, darling. And look at you now.
I know. Yeah, yeah. Gold Rush was incredible. It's definitely, I'd recommend that to anyone or any new performer or anyone that just wants to try something out on stage. It's so supportive and brutal as well. Like you got to make something every week. You got to produce your acts.
I
So it's such a good
know.
lesson.
I mean, like, you know, like, even the our edition for season two, and I didn't get the place, but I was thinking, like, I don't know, even if I would have the chance to do this, I don't know if I'm the type of artist that I can work that fast because to were to produce a look, a number, a comedy number or whatever just in like 3 or 4 days. And of course, you know, like doing, you know, what you do on the side, even if it's uni or working or two jobs and drag and, you know, everything. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if it's like a blessing of disguise, but it is such a moment, and for you as well to prove so many things about as an artist, as a comedian, as a performer. You know, it is. I don't know. It's very intense. I mean, you can explain it better to myself. Just talk about a little bit your time while in there. Did you what did you learn and what did you regret?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, So yeah, so quickly for anyone that doesn't know, Gold Rush is a gorgeous competition run by Taylor Trash. So you audition and then you have weekly performances, a different theme every single week, a different format, and you have to bring something, an act every single week that you're in it, and then people drop out weekly. Um, that was yeah, but what did I learn? I so this is going to be the same question. What did I regret and what did I learn? Week
Okay.
2, i tr- I tried to be really clever, and I like overanalyzed the brief, which was it was everyone got given a different musical instrument, and then I got given cymbals, and I tried to be so clever about it, and I was like, symbols, what can symbols mean, what is a symbol? And I like didn't have fun because I took it so seriously. So I do regret that week because I just tried to be so clever that then I didn't enjoy it, the audience didn't enjoy it. So I learned, just have fun with your art and with what you're doing. That is the main thing. Like, look at us now. Come on, this is. Look, I'm wearing rubber gloves. I got a wig on. It's fun. It's silly. Like this. Don't take it too seriously.
Exactly. I mean, not
So yeah.
I mean, like, I think that most artists that I encounter or that I talk to, they take not being when you say don't take it too seriously, not being professional, which I think is completely two different things. Because you can be super professional, know your words, being on time, doing your number, and that for me shows professionalism and commitment to what you do. And then that is confused to, like, as you say, like, oh well, today I'm just doing quick drag, or you know what, now from now on I'm just gonna wear rubber gloves or like a shake on wig, and then like, oh, you're not taking your craft seriously. Well, no, that's a different thing to me. What do you think?
Mm, yeah, I totally agree. I think that's a really important point actually that you've just said. Like you, in order to get on stage and be silly and do stupid things, like it's only going to go down well if you're professional. Like you said, if you turn up on time, you're not going to get booked to do the silly things on stage if you're not turning up on time and taking everything well, respecting the venue and respecting your peers. Like, don't confuse that with I'm just having a good time all the time. Like,
Yeah.
no, you can have your fun within the boundaries of the work. Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
exactly. Just know what you are and everything. Now I just pop out a question that, as you, let's say, you, for me, I might be wrong, but what I see, well, what I know from you is like you started baby steps, so you started to do scratch night to find yourself, how, well, how to become you, right? And then you went professional, let's say. Why did you make that approach? Because most people that I know, as most artists, of course, well, you might be a trained actor or a dancer or a comedian, but they just go like, oh, okay, like this is me, and then they hustle for gigs and then they get to know people. You did it in a different way. Why was that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think so I've come from an acting background and singing, dancing, acting and that kind of training, and I knew that I didn't want to go into sort of like the mainstream acting gigs, or I kind of knew like, look, I'm never going to be on the West End, and that's fine, that's okay, but not everyone will. And
But
so I
it's
think
your
when I
is your
started,
dream. Sorry to interrupt you, but is your dream or goal to be on the West End, or it was never something
no,
that
not
you wanted to achieve it as a professional?
No, not anymore. I think probably when I was younger, when I first, when I was quite little and only started doing acting and singing, you kind of think, oh, I could be on TV or I can be on the West End. And
Yeah.
actually it's so much broader, the spectrum of performing and the world of the arts. So, the older I got, the more I saw other art forms and kind of expanded my horizons.
Hmm.
Um, and so then yeah, it kind of dropped off the list, which was fine. Like, that's okay, oh yeah, I don't need to just do these two things. So when I started drag, I guess I kind of approached it maybe in a similar way, like you were saying. Like, I wanted to test stuff out, I wanted to try things. I did a lot of scratch nights and I did a lot of trying to find out who Heather was and what works for the character. And then yeah, I guess since I come from a performing background, then I was like, oh, okay, this is going quite well. Oh, I'm enjoying this. People are
Hmm.
responding to it. I'm really enjoying it. Let's go for it. Let's go all in. Let's try and really do the damn thing. So then I went freelance in November 2019, which in hindsight was maybe a bad time. Oh,
Amazing.
pandemic aside. Honestly, what a time to quit your job just before the panny D, but it's okay.
I mean, yeah, but
It's
I
fine.
literally became unemployed. I was working a barber shop and it closed down in uh, January 2020. So like it was the same thing, pretty much.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I mean, darling, it is what it is, darling. I don't know, like whatever. Anyway, carry on. So you said you went freelance and then,
Yeah. And then and then it was okay. Like I had other, I had other work as well. I worked for a theatre company, and I was teaching drama to kids after school clubs 3 days a week. I was doing that,
uh huh,
which was super fun. And then obviously when schools closed, that
yeah,
ended. But it was going well right up until the pandemic. So it would be fine afterwards. Again, it was going well, global catastrophes aside.
yeah, yeah. I think that now artists, like in many forms, like performance teachers, practicing artists, whatever. I think that because we are, as you said, like your spectrum of how you can earn a living can be so wide that some people are overwhelmed. So like what the possibilities are endless, and then like where to go. But I think that most of us we have the power of adoption, where we can adapt or to see some little gaps, or like why we just to do this, and not many people are doing it, and then we're just gonna be fine. We're just gonna be, we need to keep on hustling. We need to carry on. We need to keep doing what we love doing. Let's never forget that, because I think that's the base for anything, right? Even being a drag or not a drag artist, and just carry on. Everything will be just fine. Spot dot spots, darling. Um, so
Yeah.
we reached now to this moment in your career where you're making some changes, and then again you had to change all again. Now that we've been for quite some time, let's put it that way, keep adapting us. Um, where do you want to take Heather Duster to? Where do you want to go as a professional? What projects do you have? What things are you trying to do?
Oh, I mean, I want to take her everywhere. She needs to travel the world. She needs to clean
Yes.
every corner of the world. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'd love to do a solo show eventually. It's not anywhere soon, it's not on the horizon, but I'd love to do that. I'd love to go to the fringe theatres again. I'd like to do Brighton Fringe, Edinburgh. Yeah, eventually I'd love to do that. That
Amazing.
would
I
be
mean,
fun.
your comedy routines are like amazing, and then you pick such a character and a persona that whatever you can think of, I think that you can include to your routine, because it's the possibilities are pretty much endless. Like it's just like a cleaning lady. I mean, like there's just you can be everywhere, everywhere, from being at the top to being at the bottom to like running her own business to empire, you name it. And that's the fabulousness
Yeah.
of Heather, and you do an amazing job with that. So, darling, you gotta do it. You'll do it.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yes, I love that. I love that you said empire. Let's build the
Exactly. I mean, like you always have to dream big. Like we all know that we need to make adjustments of the way, but don't change where you want to go, because you will have to make amendments throughout. But if the empire it is, you will be as close as You know what I mean? Darling, we're like
Yeah, yeah.
things are hopefully coming to life again. Do you have any projects on the pipeline? Do you have any gigs happening? What is happening with Heather?
Yes, I finally do have a few gigs coming up, which is really exciting.
Yes!
I'm gonna be at Colours Hot. Yeah, I know. Yes, get me back on the
Amazing!
stage.
Is
Um,
this a regular spot or
yeah,
it's a
my
guest spot?
first one's no, just the odd gig here and there, guest spot, guest doing different nights, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really excited that it feels like things are opening up now. So I'm like, yay.
Yes. I've seen
Yeah, it's
Sibyl's
good.
announced a date in July. Then the Bam Bam Girls are doing something at the end of May. Keel as well. So like
Yes, that's
you need to start
yeah.
sliding in the DMs, darling. That's what I'm telling you. Yes,
Yeah, you're
absolutely.
absolutely right. I do. I do.
But then also
Yeah.
you've been
Oh,
working
I'm
really
doing the
hard.
show with the
Absolutely, well, darling,
yeah, I'm
like
doing the one
if you don't hassle, like I'm sorry, but you've been working really hard with your platform as well through well, in the last 6 months or well, like it's almost six. Oh my god, like yes, lately. So how is that going?
with yeah, good. So I went on TikTok for the first time ever, and I thought I was too old for TikTok, and I thought I wouldn't understand it. But now I'm like, yes, TikTok, silly little videos. That is Heather all over, actually. So yeah, find me on TikTok. That's where I am. It's
Well,
been keeping me
darling,
busy.
we all have to do what we had to do. Now that you mention at TikTok, please, before we wrap up, tell us where we can find you. Tell us all your handles. We want to know everything, please.
So, apart from finding me knocking about in my house for the last year, you can find me on Instagram at Heather Duster, TikTok at Heather Duster, Twitter at Heather_Duster, because I'm still waiting for that handle to become available. But yeah, these are the places. Oh, on YouTube, find me on YouTube, subscribe to me. Content will come soon.
Yes, and I will be writing down all the information when your episode is coming out. And now, because I am a seasoned and experienced queen, darling, I realized that you can tell me everything that you want to tell me in 20 minutes, and the clock is overloaded. So I will leave you the last minutes for you to tell us what you want to tell us. To just the last minutes is yours, and then we will say our goodbyes, darling. So please go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you. I just want to say keep looking after each other, keep checking in with people. It's been a year. I don't think that we're gonna adjust so quickly. So keep checking in on your friends. Keep it clean. You've got all the time in the world to do the hoovering and the washing up. So keep it clean. That's
Absolutely,
all I'll say.
darling. Um, well, that it's been one of my biggest pleasures to have you on. So thank you so much for being with me. Thank you everybody to being with us today. Please give us a like, comment, subscribe, put emoji. Just do whatever you need to do, but do something because we love it as much as you do, darlings. So, once again, Heather, thank you so much, darling, for being with me today. And please stay tuned for next episode that is dropping in 2 weeks, darling. So, darling, mwah, I hope to see you soon on stage.
Yeah.
I love
No, thank you for having
you.
me,
Thank you
darling.
so much again.
look incredible.
Oh,
It's so
thank you,
lovely to see you.
darling. So do you. Mwah.
Oh, mwah. Well, hopefully I'll see you soon in real life as well.